On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Neuroscience.
The scientific study of the function, structure, and disorder of the brain and the nervous system.
Examples:
The branch of neuroscience. A theoretical concept in neuroscience. Our university is famous for its professors, who are well-versed in behavioral neuroscience.
Amusia.
A neurological condition characterized by the inability to perceive or produce music, often due to damage or dysfunction in the brain regions responsible for processing musical stimuli.
Examples:
Rhythm amusia. Congenital amusia. The patient's amusia made it difficult for him to distinguish between different musical notes.
Baffle.
To bewilder or perplex someone completely and to be unable to understand or explain something.
Examples:
Baffle his plan. Baffle outside noises. The paradox baffled most philosophers.
Neuron.
A cell that is specialized to carry information within the brain and between the brain and other parts of the body.
Examples:
Excite the neurons. Neuron cell body. Our body transfers information along each neuron using an electrical impulse.
Debatable.
Open to discussion or argument, capable of being disputed or doubted.
Examples:
The validity of the theory is debatable. Debatable topic. Whether or not extraterrestrial life exists is still debatable among scientists.
Anesthesiologist.
A medical doctor who specializes in administering anesthesia to help control pain and monitor the vital signs of patients during procedures and surgeries.
Examples:
Specialized anesthesiologist. Clinical anesthesiologist. The experienced anesthesiologist monitored the patient's vital signs throughout the procedure.
Gastroenterology.
The branch of medicine that deals with the structure, function, diagnosis, and treatment of the digestive system and its diseases.
Examples:
Gastroenterology clinic. Gastroenterology research. The doctor specializes in gastroenterology and treats patients with digestive disorders.
Orthopedic.
Relating to the branch of medicine concerned with the correction or prevention of deformities, disorders, or injuries of the skeletal system and associated muscles, joints, and ligaments.
Examples:
Orthopedic shoes. Orthopedic clinic. The athlete visited the orthopedic surgeon to have her injured knee examined and treated.
Ophthalmology.
The branch of medicine that deals with the anatomy, physiology, and diseases of the eye.
Examples:
Ophthalmology practice. Ophthalmology clinic. My grandfather had a problem with his eyes and went to an ophthalmology specialist.
Thanksgiving.
An annual holiday celebrated primarily in the United States and Canada, typically observed on the fourth Thursday in November in the U.S. and on the second Monday in October in Canada, that commemorates the giving of thanks for the blessings of the previous year.
Examples:
Thanksgiving traditions. Thanksgiving parade. My family gathers together every year for Thanksgiving dinner.
Dismay.
A feeling of discouragement, distress, or anxiety caused by something unexpected or unwelcome, a sudden loss of courage or confidence.
Examples:
Flop down in dismay. Feel dismay. The employees expressed their dismay at the sudden announcement of massive layoffs.
Locomotive.
A powered rail vehicle used for pulling trains or railway cars, an engine that produces the necessary power for the train to move on the tracks.
Examples:
Locomotive engine. Diesel locomotive. The powerful locomotive chugged along the tracks, hauling a long line of freight cars.
Hopeless.
Having no hope, despairing, having no chance of success.
Examples:
Hopeless situation. Hopeless at everything. After months of job searching, he felt hopeless and unsure of his future.
Undervalue.
To assign too low a value to something.
Examples:
Undervalue his contribution. Undervalue the potential. He undervalued the importance of teamwork and struggled to succeed.
Devour.
To eat or consume something eagerly or ravenously, or to destroy something rapidly.
Examples:
Devour a meal. Devour my way. She devoured the mystery novel in one sitting.
Autobiographical.
Relating to or based on the experiences, thoughts, or life story of oneself, about one's own life history or personal narrative.
Examples:
Autobiographical narrative. Autobiographical memory. The author wrote an autobiographical novel about growing up in a small town.
Elusive.
Difficult to find, define, achieve, or remember.
Examples:
An elusive criminal. Track down an elusive fact. The physicist who found the elusive particle won the Nobel Prize.
Anatomical.
Of or relating to the structure of the body and its parts.
Examples:
Anatomical structure. Anatomical elements. The anatomical model of the human body was used to teach medical students.
Larynx.
An organ in the top of the throat involved in breathing, producing sound.
Examples:
Irritate the larynx. Narrowing of the larynx. Smoking significantly increases the risk of larynx cancer.
Diaphragm.
A large, dome-shaped muscle located at the bottom of the chest cavity, essential for breathing and separating the chest and abdomen, a shallow, dome-shaped device with a flexible rim that is inserted into the vagina to cover the cervix and prevent sperm from reaching the uterus, serving as a method of birth control.
Examples:
Diaphragm birth control. Diaphragm activity. Individuals with a weak diaphragm may experience difficulty breathing during physical activity.
Elapse.
To pass or go by, especially about time, to slip away unnoticed.
Examples:
Much time had elapsed. Elapse from the announced start time. 5 minutes have elapsed since we began the experiment.
Moodiness.
A tendency to experience mood swings or to be easily affected by changes in mood.
Examples:
Control your moodiness. Moodiness during puberty. His moodiness made it difficult for his coworkers to predict how he would react to things.
Irritable.
Easily or frequently agitated, annoyed, or angered, prone to becoming tense or angry in response to minor stimuli or events.
Examples:
Irritable bowel syndrome. Irritable mood. Lack of sleep can make me irritable and easily annoyed.
Irrational.
Not based on, or not using reason or clear thinking, mathematics, a real number that cannot be expressed as the ratio of two integers.
Examples:
An irrational request. Irrational numbers. They continued to endure irrational treatment by the dictatorship.
Martini.
A cocktail made with gin and vermouth, typically garnished with an olive or a twist of lemon peel.
Examples:
Martini glass. Shaken martini. I ordered a dirty martini with extra olives at the bar.
Loathe.
To feel strong hatred or disgust for someone or something. To be unwilling or reluctant to do something.
Examples:
Loathe violence. Loathe broccoli. I absolutely loathe spiders and can't stand to be near them.
Dedicate.
To give all of your energy, time, etc., entirely to a specific person, activity, or cause. To set apart for a particular purpose or use.
Examples:
Dedicate a few hours. Dedicate a chapter to the subject. He dedicated his life to helping others.
Apprentice.
A person who works for and learns from a skilled employer to become a skilled worker themselves.
Examples:
Apprentice carpenter. A young apprentice. He took on an apprentice to teach him the trade.
Gnaw.
To bite or chew on something persistently or nervously, to wear away at something gradually.
Examples:
Gnaw a hole in a wall. Gnaw at the national sentiment. She couldn't stop gnawing on her nails.
Trickle.
To flow or drip slowly and in small amounts, to happen or occur gradually or in small quantities.
Examples:
Trickle down my cheek. Trickle from his eyes. Water was beginning to trickle into the basement after the heavy rain.
Interleave.
To insert or alternate layers of one thing between two or more layers of another thing, particularly in a patterned or systematic way, such as in computer memory or documents.
Examples:
Interleave pages. Interleave yarns. To create a sturdy fabric, the weavers must interleave the threads.
Guinea.
A former British gold coin worth 21 shillings, or a unit of currency used in some West African countries. Guinea, a republic in Western Africa on the Atlantic.
Examples:
Guinea coins. Guinea pig. The cost of the antique vase is 3 guineas.
Conservatory.
A place where plants are grown and cultivated, often for scientific or educational purposes. A school or institution that provides training in music, dance, or other performing arts.
Examples:
Conservatory of music. Conservatory plant. The conservatory program offered advanced training in acting and theater production.
Deem.
To consider or decide something in a particular way.
Examples:
Deem socially responsible. Deem wrong or inappropriate. Regarding earthquakes, some commercial buildings were deemed unsafe.
Devastate.
To wreck a place or an area or cause significant damage.
Examples:
Devastate an area. Devastate the economy. Earthquakes can also trigger tsunamis, which devastate coastal areas.
Rehearsal.
A practice session, usually for a performance or presentation, during which people prepare and fine-tune their performance, often with the help of feedback from others, the act of rehearsing.
Examples:
Dress rehearsal. Music rehearsal. The theater company had its final rehearsal before opening night.
Collide.
To hit something violently when moving.
Examples:
Collide head-on. Collide in midair. The interests of the two countries collide.
Nutshell.
The hard, outer covering or protective casing that encloses the kernel or fruit of certain types of nuts, such as walnuts or acorns, a concise and condensed summary or explanation of something.
Examples:
Move into a nutshell. Nutshell version. Can you explain your argument in a nutshell?
Chaotic.
Without any order or organization, extremely disorganized, unpredictable, and confusing.
Examples:
The chaotic economic situation. Chaotic theory. Change is also occurring in Turkey as a result of chaotic reform.
Anthropomorphize.
To attribute human characteristics, emotions, and abilities to non-human entities.
Examples:
Anthropomorphize animals. Anthropomorphize God. The children anthropomorphized their stuffed animals and gave them personalities.
Trait.
A particular feature of your nature.
Examples:
Chemical trait. Personality traits. Multiple genes may influence behavioral traits concurrently.
Obsession.
The state in which a person's mind is filled with thoughts of one single object or particular person.
Examples:
Obsession with character. National obsession. Gambling became an obsession for him, and he eventually lost everything.
Riot.
A violent disturbance of the peace by a crowd, characterized by destruction of property, looting, arson, and attacks on individuals.
Examples:
Riot police. Riot control gas. The riots in the city have left many buildings damaged and several people injured.
Topple.
To cause to lose balance and fall over, especially by pushing.
Examples:
Topple communist rule. Topple off a ledge. The statue was old and unstable, so it easily toppled over.
Awash.
Flooded or overflowing with water, typically suddenly or unexpectedly, abundant or prevalent to the extent of being overwhelming or excessive.
Examples:
Awash with cash. Awash in debt. The beach was awash with seaweed after the storm.
Neurotransmitter.
A chemical that carries nerve impulses between neurons or between neurons and muscles.
Examples:
Neurotransmitter receptor. Neurotransmitters released from the brain. Endorphins are a type of neurotransmitter that gives a sense of well-being.
Dopamine.
A chemical substance produced by nerve cells as a neurotransmitter. As a drug, it is used to treat shock and hypotension.
Examples:
Dopamine inhibiting agent. Antagonism of dopamine. The drug controls the level of dopamine in the brain.
Undersell.
To sell something at a lower price than it is worth or than someone else is selling it for. To downplay or diminish the value or importance of something to make it appear less impressive or desirable.
Examples:
undersell the value. Undersell their abilities. The store always tries to undersell its competitors to attract more customers.
Salience.
The quality of being prominent, significant, or relevant, the degree to which something stands out or is noticeable.
Examples:
the salience of the topic. Emotional salience. The salience of the issue was highlighted in the national news.
Nauseate.
To cause feelings of nausea or sickness, to feel sick or queasy, to cause repugnance or disgust.
Examples:
nauseate my stomach. Make me nauseate. The roller coaster ride was so intense that it nauseated some passengers.
Self-doubt.
Lack of confidence in one's abilities or oneself.
Examples:
overcome self-doubt. Spiral of self-doubt. I was filled with self-doubt.
Coffin.
A box or container used to bury a dead body, a case or structure resembling a coffin.
Examples:
coffin lid. Wooden coffin. The priest prayed over the coffin before it was lowered into the ground. Climax. The most intense or exciting moment of an event or experience. The point of highest dramatic tension or emotional intensity in a story, plot, or performance.
Examples:
emotional climax. Reach a climax. The climax of the movie had everyone on the edge of their seats. Mediate. To try to bring about an agreement or understanding between people who are in conflict.
Examples:
mediate allergic reaction. Mediate a negotiation. The teacher had to mediate a disagreement between two students over a stolen pencil. Caudate. Shaped like a tail, relating to or situated in the tail or posterior part.
Examples:
caudate branches. Caudate lobe. The caudate nucleus is responsible for motor and emotional functions in the brain. Accumbens. Nucleus accumbens, an area of the brain located in the basal forebrain that has a significant role in the cognitive processing of motivation, aversion, reward. Examples: nucleus accumbens neurons. Cells of the nucleus accumbens. Dopamine is released into the nucleus accumbens. Correlate. To have a connection or relationship in which one thing affects or depends on another.
Examples:
correlate closely with the quality. Correlate to the size. We may frequently correlate age with the frequency of disease.
Stimming.
A behavior often exhibited by individuals on the autism spectrum characterized by repetitive bodily movements or sounds, such as hand flapping or rocking, often used as a form of self-regulation or sensory stimulation.
Examples:
autistic stimming, stimming therapy. Autistic children may engage in stimming behaviors, such as rocking or hand flapping, to self-regulate.
Starve.
To suffer or die from lack of food, to cause someone or something to suffer or die from lack of food, to deprive something of necessary nourishment or sustenance.
Examples:
starve for a victory, starve to death. If you don't eat soon, you're going to starve.
Intensify.
To increase or make something increase in extent or strength.
Examples:
intensify diplomatic efforts. Intensify a good relationship. Rebels have pledged to intensify the armed struggle against the dictatorship.
Parisian.
Of or from Paris, France, characteristic of Paris or its inhabitants.
Examples:
Parisian celebrity. Parisian accent. The Parisian cafe had a charming atmosphere.
Courtesan.
A woman who is kept or supported in exchange for sexual services or companionship, a high-class prostitute or mistress.
Examples:
the life of a courtesan. High-class courtesan. The movie was about the life of a famous courtesan in 18th century France.
Prostitute.
A person, typically a woman, who engages in sexual activity in exchange for payment.
Examples:
prostitute street. A male prostitute. She turned to prostitute to make ends meet.
Soprano.
The highest pitched voice or vocal range of a female or child singer. A female or child singer with a soprano voice, the highest pitched member of an instrumental family, such as a violin or clarinet.
Examples:
soprano singer. Dramatic soprano. The soprano's voice was so beautiful that it brought the audience to tears.
Lavish.
Large in amount and expensive or impressive.
Examples:
lavish lifestyle. Enjoy a lavish trip abroad. He has earned lavish praise for his achievement.
Double-edged.
Having two sharp edges or sides, especially one that can harm or benefit in equal measure. Of sword or blade, having two cutting edges.
Examples:
a double-edged compliment. Double-edged tool. The double-edged sword could be used for both offense and defense.
Singe.
To burn something slightly or superficially, usually by mistake.
Examples:
Singe off the hair over the flames. Singe the edges of a fabric. I didn't realize the iron was still hot and singed my dress.